So we are here today with Billy Delaney.
Yep.
He's going to tell us all about his story, and so let's just start from the beginning, mate.
Yeah. Well, where do we start? That's the fun part. So.
Well, let's go back. What was childhood like?
Okay, yeah, so childhood for me, I was a big lad, so struggled a lot, got bullied, things like that, so these things happen. I had a good upbringing, not going to lie about that, parents worked hard, both parents working full-time jobs.
Yep.
And trying to make ends meet really. I got to go on holiday quite a lot, so I had quite a nice upbringing. But at the time, big lad, didn't really know how to defend myself and got into a bit of trouble here and there. So dealt with that, moved a couple of schools, things like that, and now I'm happily open to talk about it because it's not an issue, it happens to everyone, doesn't it, at some point?
Yeah.
So that's what it's like, and I was close to my family.
Bit of mummy's boy?
Yeah, I was a bit of a mummy's boy, I'm not going to lie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think most guys are as well. So.
Yeah, we're all mummy's boys to
100%
an extent,
boys. So I think, bit of a mummy's boy. Didn't really speak to my parents about much either, so it was just kind of did my own thing.
Yeah.
I was a good lad, didn't really get into too much trouble, and didn't really tell them a lot either.
No.
I did.
That's it. That's always like the best way to be.
Yeah.
So no, cool. So and then as you grow older, I understand. Let's go to your start of your adult life.
Yeah.
And so a little bit. I understand you was in the security industry.
Yeah. So started that when I was about 18.
Yep.
Again, because of my size, because of being a big lad, someone said to me one day, "Why don't you join security?"
Yep.
So I said, "Right, okay. What does that entail? What's going on?" I knew a couple of lads anyway for going out now and again. Went and got my SA licence, and started doing that. Got myself into a couple of scraps here and there.
Yep.
With fully grown men. I was 18, wet behind the ear at the time, and realised I could actually handle myself. So I worked with a couple of guys who were quite notorious in Crawley, things like that. And they showed me the way, really. Showed me the ropes. And then I got a lot of opportunities to work in East Grinstead and Brighton. I then moved down to Brighton, started making more of a name for myself down there in security. And then I went into close protection industry.
Okay.
And I've been doing that for 14 and a half years.
14 and a half years, yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. So, yeah. It's good.
That's good. Like security industry, obviously, we all need, security guards and doormen, bouncers, right? But they give us, a lot of people, they give it a bit of a bad name, don't they? A bit of a, look at me, I'm a doorman, look at me, I'm a bouncer, and so.
Most of it comes from the old stigma anyway. So most of it comes from, years and years ago where there was no licenses and people just literally used to just rock up on the door, your mate, you want to work tonight, mate? Yeah, all right, sweet, let's work.
Yeah.
Can you handle yourself? Yeah, all right. Then the licensing came in, and then it was like, right, you had to have decent people and be licensed, really. So, that's why we get a bit of a bad name. But I moved away from the door work years ago. In overall, I've been in security 14 years. In the close protection industry, I've been doing it about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
But yeah, I moved away from the door work and then doing that side of the business or that side of security. It's it's a lot more high profile and a bit more riskier as well.
Did you enjoy it, the close protection stuff?
Yeah, so I love it. So got to travel quite a lot.
Yep.
So I've been out to Saudi Arabia, went out there. I've been all over the world with it. I've also been up to London quite a lot working. I've looked after some high net worth people. I've done some real good jobs. I've worked at Wimbledon. I was part of the player escorting team.
Yeah.
So I was looking after Rafael Nadal. I was looking after Tim Henman when he turned up, Andy Murray, all them kind of people. Doing the NFL. So I've worked on the NFL as well. So looking after Jacksonville Jaguars and things like that. So love it.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best jobs you can have.
Anyone you wouldn't really want to work for?
Company-wise or?
I mean, like, it's the amount if they said to you, I don't know, Billy, we need you to escort this person, or like Beyonce or someone like that. I mean,
you do get some sort of pretentious ones. Yeah. You do get some that are like that. You just got to deal with it. The most interesting one I think was Isle of Wight when Liam Gallagher was there.
Okay,
that was an interesting one.
Well, they'd be calling you up, wouldn't he, again for that for the next tour?
Yeah, a couple of interesting points there where he got a bit drunk, I think, and I didn't drink. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it.
No, we won't go into too much detail with the reunion going on and everything like that. But like let's dig deep here, mate. To be honest, we're here to tell your story. We're here because you're launching a brand called All Rage Fitness.
Yep.
But So I'm going to take you back a bit.
Okay.
And obviously you've said to me, like, we've had a little conversation here and there, and you've said about you hit some dark places. So obviously you're up on the high, and then something comes in, doesn't it? And then it just hits you, it takes you.
Takes you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm quite openly talking about it, which is good, and a lot of people that know me and get to know me know that I talk about it like it's a normal conversation.
Well, that's good.
I've had to channel my mind for that, and I've had to do that to be able to. I have to keep strong still to be able to do that. So it started around 2018, 2018, 2017, around that year, them years, and it all stems from loads of things happened at the same time.
Okay.
In the space of a year and 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'd lost quite a few close people to me. So I'd lost my uncle had died, who I was really close to.
Yeah.
We lived out in Ukraine. That was a different story. My brother-in-law passed away, who I was also really close to.
Yeah.
Lived in Mauritius. So again, another country that I enjoyed going to, and he passed away. I had a good friend. People will know him as well. His name's Major Ace. He was part of Pay As You Go cartel. Okay. Which were all part of So Solid and Heartless and all that back in the day. He passed away of a brain tumour, and he taught me a lot of stuff I know in life now when it comes to music and it comes to events and things like that. Yeah. And then my partner had left me at the time as well, or we split up. So and that was, 4 or 5 things happen. And then you start spiralling into this deep, dark place, which I never really knew about before. No. It's not something I even knew about. I didn't know. I was on a high. Yeah. Everyone was like, Bill's the happy guy. Like, he's going out partying. I used to go to nightclubs when I was a little bit younger, before the I used to work part-time on the door and stuff, but I used to spend my money going to clubs and spending my money. I used to get tables, used to be girls, used to be bottles, all this kind of stuff. No one knew that deep down, actually, all this stuff was going on. Yeah. And then obviously as I progress into my 20s, you're then looking at these things are happening now. So, in 2018, 2019, I was probably around 25, something like that, 26 maybe. And then you don't really know what it is at that time. Nah. You just think, oh, what's this feeling, And then it starts getting on top of you, and it goes from there. Yeah. Starts weighing you down, starts pulling you down more and more, doesn't it? Pulling you down, and you don't really know a way out. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't really speak to my parents about it. So I didn't speak to my parents. I just locked myself in my room for 6 weeks. Yeah. Eating, drinking, and when I mean drinking, I went and got alcohol, and I was drinking myself to death. So I was bottles, and then I'd go out excessively, be all happy to people that knew me. Yeah, Bill's a great guy. And then actually, I was drinking alcohol like it was water. Yeah. And that was my way out. That was me to get out of it. And I didn't know if there was a way out, Probably the way out that I thought in my head was, let's do something, which I did try and do twice. So I did try, and I'll openly talk about this, but I did try and kill myself twice. Unsuccessful, which I'm glad about because I'm here now. Yeah, no, that's just... but I did try and do that twice. Which was it's eventful. Yeah, okay. Because you plan it, There's people that you may have lost as well, definitely. Have lost through things, and there's people out there that watching this that would have lost people, and some people say it's selfish and things like that, and I can see where that comes from, but when you've been there and you've done that, that's your only way out. Yeah. And also it's planned. People don't do it spontaneously. No. Not that often. No. Most of the time it's planned. It's right, this is what I'm going to do, this is what's going to happen, and this is how I'm going to do it. And that's what I did. I planned it. I wrote it down. This is what I'm going to do. This is when I'm going to do it. This is the time, and this is what's going to be the after. I even wrote the after effect down. Obviously I don't have them papers around anymore, but I actually wrote it on paper and had it planned and diagrams and all sorts like that. And for people don't realise the visions that you have from that. Although, like you say, you're writing it down, you're planning it, but also as you're writing it down, as you're planning it, you're visualising it, and you're going through the motions. And if those motions aren't enough to stop you, then that's where people keep going, don't they? It should be able to stop you with what you think sometimes and how things are. Yeah. But actually, you just keep going. You just No, I hear you. And so after that, what got you out of it? Yeah, well, at the time I was working. I'd actually come out of security at that time. Sorry, because I'd lost everything.
Yeah.
And I come out of security. I was close to losing my SA license because I was on a rampage and I was doing all sorts of mad stuff. And in the end, I just I went and got a job at BT, and I was working in a call centre over in Manor Royal, and something popped up one day of a 18 to 30s holiday to Tenerife.
Nice.
So random, right?
Yeah.
Backstory of that is I'd been to Tenerife before with the ex-partner.
Yeah.
So I was used to going to Tenerife. Went quite a bit. I knew the area. Something in my head said, right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to book a flight and I'm going to go to Tenerife. And I did it. I left my job. I took a bit of money that I had. There was a little redundancy payment going. So I took that, got on a flight and went to Tenerife.
Okay.
I'd never been anywhere like that on my own before. As a kid, I'd gone to LA and stuff to see my aunt who lived out there, but I'd never gone to a party, what you could like a party place, for 18 to 30s holiday on my own, not knowing anybody.
No.
And I landed in Tenerife and I was like a rabbit in the headlights. So I was like, right, what's going on here? What do I do?
Yeah.
You know, I was 24 stone at the time. 24 stone.
Yeah.
Walk up the stairs, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
You know, I had money in my pocket. I had, you know, what they say, the world in your hand, basically. But in my mind, I wasn't
You weren't there.
I wasn't all there.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd spent a bit of time out in Tenerife, and I got a job on a boat party out there. Was a boat party rep for a little while.
Yeah, nice.
The pros of it, got me around people, but the cons of it are alcohol's free.
Yeah.
Drugs are free.
Yeah.
Women
are free.
Yeah. Whatever else is free.
Yeah.
So you're in a situation where now you've got all that given to you.
Yeah.
And you're not mentally stable.
Yeah.
So you can see where this is going. It's then going to spiral out of control. It's then going to get to the point where you're going, right, this is too much.
Yeah.
You know. When I was out there, I found boxing.
Okay.
Found fitness. There's a couple of gyms out there. One was an MTK gym. The other one was a gym called Paravado, I think it is, Paravado gym. And I found them for boxing. And I started going. I started getting a little bit fitter, but I was still drinking.
Yeah.
I was still doing it, all the other things. And then randomly, one day, I'd finished work. We used to sell tickets on the corner.
Yeah.
Of this little bar area for the boat party, talking to everybody. One evening, I remember we used to go to the strip afterwards, and we used to spend all our wages.
Yeah.
That was it. You make it and spend it.
Yeah. Job done.
Yeah. Most of the things were free. So
Yeah.
I don't know what we were spending money on, right?
Yeah.
So, but by this time we were levered because we had a good time, you know. So, gone to the strip, and something that night told me, don't go into any of the venues. Random thing here, but go and grab McDonald's, right? Because there's a McDonald's. If people have been to Las Americas, because that's where I lived. If people have gone to Las Americas, there's a McDonald's on the end of the strip opposite a club called Papagayo.
Yeah.
Went to that McDonald's. Then off of that McDonald's, there's some steps that lead down to the beach. Now, them steps, I went and sat on them and brought my McDonald's. I even remember what I brought. So I brought a chocolate milkshake,
Yeah.
a cheeseburger, and some chips. Just a meal like that, right? And I was sitting on these steps, and I can hear the music in the background from Papagayo's. It's a massive club. Holds about 1,200 people. It's all open. It's all popping off. Everything's amazing. I'm sitting there, and I can hear the waves in front of me. I can hear people partying. There's people having arguments. There's people doing whatever, all in the distance. And I'm there on my own. And I'm sitting there, and I'm eating this food, and something. I don't know what it is, but something came over me, and I just started bursting out crying.
Yeah.
Burst out of tears. Now I'm not a massive believer in God and things like that, but I do pray and I do look at things and go, right, okay, there's got to be something out there, you know.
Yeah.
But something came over me, and it felt like a weight had been lifted from me, from all the stress I had, and basically taken off my shoulders.
All that over at McDonald's, eh?
Yeah, well, this is what I mean, yeah, so, yeah. I was loving it,
Do you think that actually, I mean, by taking a moment, isolating yourself as such, and switching off, And then, because when you switch off, that's when you can see and hear everything else that's going on around you. I mean, I'm a lover of beaches for serenity, waves and the noise and everything like that. So
I think you're right in what you're saying. I think because I took myself away from the madness, as they say, and I was isolating myself, and I was just focused on what was in front of me, and that was the sea, and my food, and no one was troubling me.
No.
And at that point, I got to a point where I was so used to being on my own.
Yeah.
Because I was I didn't know at the time, but I was in the recovery stage of it.
Yeah.
I'd recovered myself, which doesn't happen quite a lot. You know, people can't always do that. But I was in a recovery stage because I used different things, meditating. I used to meditate quite a lot. I used to literally go to the beach every day and relax and not be around everybody. There may have been some herbal substances that helped me while I was there as well to chill out. But yeah, I kind of isolated myself, as you say, and I think that's what helped.
Yeah.
And I think that night there was so much going on. It was about 1 a.m. I remember it. I will never forget it for the rest of my life, because that literally was a changing point.
Yeah.
Because the next day I was a brand new man. Next day I went for a run on the beach, and everyone's going to me, mate, aren't you coming? There was this place called Gaffers.
Yeah.
Right, English place. They'll know it when they hear it. And used to go there, and it was all for the workers. €1 a drink, you could have what you want. Okay, in the morning it was Jaeger shots for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, in the little maple syrup container things you used to get. Shot them down. Give me some more.
Yeah.
Give me some more. Have a few beers. What are we going to do today? We're going to go to the beach. Yeah, fine. That's what the lifestyle was.
Yeah.
Then you've got to work if you worked, or you'd just spend your money. But for me, I didn't do that. No. I used to share a room, or used to share a flat, with 2 other guys, a guy called Chris, who I stay in touch with now, who was a really intelligent guy, who had his stuff together and knew what he was doing, earning some serious money out there, PRing, and didn't really do all the drugs or do any of that kind of stuff, just kept himself to himself, but really good lad. And I kind of woke up the next day and I just went for a run along the beach. And everyone was like, Bill, what are you doing, mate? I was like, I'm fresh, mate, it's all good.
Yeah.
Everyone thought I was on something, and I was good.
Yeah, no.
You know, and it changed my life, that moment, you know.
So how long did you spend out in Tenerife?
Yeah, I was out there for nearly a year. Nearly about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a year or so. Yeah, about a year.
And this boxing gym became part of your life, yeah?
Yeah, so the boxing out there, I was going to the gym for a little while out there. Then I found a few other gyms, and I was going to the gyms, and then I just decided to do my own workouts. And I was working out on the beach, and I was working out in the daytime, in the evenings, maybe doing press ups in the evening or something like that before going out.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of started eating healthier, because there's so many nice places out there you can eat healthy.
Yeah.
It's so good for your body, the sun anyway, so good for your skin. And I just kind of started on this massive health kick. And I was like, okay, look, I'm 24 stone here. I need to get this weight off.
Yeah.
You know, because at the time, I still, even though my brain was recovering, I still physically wasn't good.
Yeah. But that's all part of the healing process, isn't it? You know, like healthy body, healthy mind.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And that's what's kind of like, people have to realise that, don't they? That, you know, you can't sit there and want to be healthy and eat shit all day long. And you've got to, it all comes as one package, doesn't it?
And I think you got to get up here right first, before anything. Yeah. You could be Arnold Schwarzenegger figure, you know, you could be any figure possible that you want to be, but up here you're ready to blow.
No, definitely.
The caskets come off, as they say, you know. And you're right in what you say. Healthy mind, healthy body, and that's what I was doing. Yeah. And then it kind of came to a time where I had to come home. Yeah. Because I'd done my stretch out there, as they say. Yeah. And I was ready to come back. That was a scary time. That was a scary time. Yeah. But I was ready to come back, and I booked a flight and I left. Yeah. Made so many good friends out there who I'm friends with now still, who are like family for me. I see them all the time when I go out there. We spend time together. Yeah. But I couldn't be out there any longer at that time. No. It was time to come back and recover. Time back. Yeah. Job done. Come back to the lovely world of Crawley. Yeah. When I came back pouring down, I was like, nice one. Yeah. It's always the way, isn't it, mate? Yeah. So tell me about All Rage Fitness. Yeah. So All Rage Fitness. Well. So where did it come from? Okay, so I was thinking of names for a long time, pondering on names for things, and I didn't just want to make something that, oh yeah, this name, it's because of my name or whatever, it's Billy Delaney Fitness or whatever. The name All Rage. So inside of us, everyone has a rage.
Yep.
It's how I look at it, right? So everyone's got a rage inside of them. I had a rage inside of me. I was raging. I was angry. I was upset. And I wanted to kind of channel that out in the name. Say All Rage. It's quite an aggressive name.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. People looking at that going, okay, is that going to suit certain age and demographics and that? But actually, everyone's got a rage inside.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes from. It comes from that inner side and out.
Yeah.
And having it going, right, all rage. It's for everybody who's got a rage, who wants to channel that rage into fitness, into boxing.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at. I'm at the early stages of it at the moment, but it means a lot to me because it's something that actually I'm going to start using now for the mental health side of things, to channel that through to people. So getting that rage out of them, talking about mental health and all different things along them lines, I think it's going to help going forwards.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. So the idea around it is you obviously, so when you was out in Tenerife, you started doing the boxing. So what you're planning on doing is bringing boxing into the world.
So All Rage, although it's All Rage Fitness, I didn't want to scale it down and make it All Rage Boxing.
Yep.
Most of the stuff we'll be doing is boxing. Most of the stuff I'll be training people eventually when it gets to the point bringing people in to train as well is boxing. So it's your boxing for fitness, but I'm also training people that want to fight as well, people that have a little bit of knowledge, beginners, everybody. So it's going to stem from everything I learned in boxing and boxing myself in the fights I've had to, channel that out into boxing. Right? Yeah. So and it's the biggest sport in the world at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. And everyone can throw a punch, can't they? And we all think we're Macho Man once we've had a few beers. No, definitely. So, but it's a bit deeper than just that for you, isn't it? I mean, from what I understand, it's not just about the boxing. It's not just about the fitness. It's also a big mental health thing for yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So for me, it all stems around mental health.
Okay.
It all stems around mental health. Back to what I was saying about that rage inside you. It all stems around mental health. Yeah, we're gonna, I'm gonna be doing the boxing. I'm gonna be teaching the fundamentals. I'm gonna really break it down and, like you said, about the punching and things like that. But all stems to mental health.
Yeah.
I sat on a call the other day with a company called MHEC, and they do mental health for fitness.
Okay.
Amazing. I'm doing that course in November, so I'll be a fully qualified mental health first aider, and also fully qualified to actually sit down with people in the fitness industry and have them conversations, and also refer them if needs be. And I'll have the resources. So it's all good though doing a course, but you have to have the real life experience behind it, and that's what I'm bringing with this. So when I'm training people, or people are training, or they're wearing the All Rage gear when that comes out, or they're drinking from the All Rage cup, a nice cup of tea. Yeah. In their head, it's not just, oh, this is just a brand that I like the colours of, or I like the name of. This is, right, it means something to me. I need to give my power shout because he's upset, or I need to speak to my friend or my family member because they're down. Yeah. It should trigger and go, right, okay, All Rage. Okay, All Rage Fitness, what does this do? Trigger, call them and
So what you're looking to do is, I suppose, you're looking to bring people in, talk to them, anyone that's struggling, help them out. Yeah, definitely. But through the route of boxing.
Yeah, through the route of boxing, mainly. Through the route of boxing. I could have gone down other routes. Don't get me wrong. I could have just become a PT, and I could have just gone to a gym and been like, I'll do some weights. No, for me, it's about bring them in. You want to learn how to box? Yes, I do, because again, it's one of the biggest sports in the world at the moment. Secondly, as you know, and we both know because we both box, it's the best form of fitness you can do. Yeah, 100%. When you get beasted on them HIIT workouts, everyone loves it, and it's out there, isn't it? So it's good for your body, it's good for your mind, it's good for your anger, your stress. So for me, it's about bringing people in, going, right, let's do some boxing. Let's do some training. Let's do that, but also let's talk about your mental health. Yeah. Even to the point where sit down afterwards like this and have a conversation. Yeah. How are you feeling today? Yeah, I'm feeling good. Okay. so on and so forth.
So one of the things for me, one of my links with boxing and mental health is what I find is when I'm stressed, when I've had a shit day, and I feel so angry inside, I feel so built up, and I just want to go and punch a bag.
Yeah.
You know, I literally just want to go and punch the shit out of the bag for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just get it all out. And I think that is also a big key for the...
Yeah, I get like that too, you know. It's the best form of letting it out. Otherwise you're going to end up doing something else.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have an argument with the missus, or you're going to, you know, something's going to happen, isn't it? You know, and I think the way that our minds are channeled, you know, the way where we've come from and what we've done and what we suffered, is that actually that's the best form of an outlet.
Yeah.
Is to hit the heavy bag. Or hit some pads.
Yeah.
You know, I had a friend today who had a couple of hours free. Robbie's name is. Gave him a call, and I said, mate, you about? Let's do some pads, because I know he was struggling a little bit recently. Went down, did some pads with him, sweating afterwards, but he said, mate, that's the best thing I've done all day.
Yeah.
Something triggered him in the morning. He's had a bit of a crap week, and then he was like, right, let's do some pad work. I've never seen someone so happy afterwards.
Yeah.
I was sweating, and then even doing the pads with him.
Yeah.
And he looked like a brand new man after, and he said, I really needed that, mate.
Yeah.
Now that to me means more than me getting some money from him and going, oh yeah, there you go, mate. Here's a bit of pad work. You know how to box now, because you know. But also, it's more than that. You know, I've helped him out there. He can now go into the weekend going, got that anger out of me now.
I feel better.
Feel better now.
Yeah.
Then Monday comes and they want to do it again. And I'm like, good stuff, you know what I mean?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday. But if it helps and it's an outlet, because, you know, we've all got that switch, haven't we? And if that switch goes off, you're going to end up in a situation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Want that, you know?
No, definitely. It's nice to have a de-stress.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what would you say is your ideal client? Who are the sort of people that you're looking to appeal this all-rage fitness to? Obviously, we know it's welcome to everyone.
Yeah.
But if you was to sort of like say, actually, for example, you know, I'm here today, I'm filming some footage for yourself because that's what I do.
Yeah.
So you are Billy Delaney, All Rage Fitness, and I am looking to work with...
Yeah, so good question, because it's something you have to think about when you're creating and launching something like this, because everyone's out there doing it. You know, everyone's out there doing different stuff. People own gyms, people doing PT. You know, for me, I'm really looking at those people that are suffering, because again, it comes back to the mental health, that are suffering with mental health issues, or want to get their anger out, or want to also learn how to box. All stem that into one. That's what I'm looking for. So I am looking for beginners. I'm looking for people who haven't boxed before, but have an interest in it, but also maybe have something up here that they need to get out. They need to get some anger out. Someone's passed away. You know, I've worked with people that are fighters as well. I've worked with a lot of fighters, guys that are actually competitive and competing. Again, that's a different side of it though. Because that then you'll work, like if you and me were working on some pads, we'd work on your jabs, or we'd work on your uppercuts, or we'd work on your crosses. And you're in camp and you're doing different stuff. It's different. You know, I can apply all rage to that, don't get me wrong. But for me, it's more about them beginners that need to channel that mental health out and emotion into boxing. Really. You know, I'm trying to look to get kids involved as well, going to schools, have talks and things like that. I'd love to be able to take it to that level, where I can go into a school, sit down, have a conversation about mental health, but mental health boxing and how it can help you going forwards.
So I picked up earlier on about like you're looking at doing a mental health course. But am I right in saying that you've got some qualifications now currently?
Yeah, so I've just completed all the hatting for boxing, fitness, hatting boxing for fitness. So completed all that. So qualified in that. That's the adults and the juniors. So I can train adults and juniors in that under their syllabus and what they teach. Good thing about them is they provide you with loads of lesson plans, loads of workouts, loads of marketing material. So I can go and run Hatton for boxing fitness classes anywhere in the UK. And I can do one-to-ones on that as well. Now that's more of the fitness side of it. So obviously, when it comes into learning techniques for if you wanted to go into fighting or charity things, it's generally from my own knowledge and from what we know from fighting and boxing ourselves. So that's where that comes from. I'm in the final stage of my PT qualification. It's always good to have that, because then obviously you can go into gyms and do that work as well. The good thing with a Hatton qualification, it allows you to do that kind of stuff without that PT qualification, you know. So I've got insurance and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it covers me.
Cool, man. That's good to know. But obviously, life's changed recently, hasn't
Yeah.
it? So I'd like to, yeah, congratulations on the baby.
Appreciate it.
How are you finding life as a father?
Yeah, good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Little boy, his name's Maximus. Yeah, after the Gladiator
Yeah,
in the film Gladiator, that's what we named him. So yeah, Maximus Roman. So he's a good little kid, and yeah, he's hopefully going to be a new world champion in a couple of years. 3.5 weeks old, 3.5, 4 weeks old at the moment. So I'll get him boxing next week on some pads. That should
yeah,
be quite fun. Yeah, life's good. It's good. You know, it's a struggle being a new parent. It's my first child,
yeah,
but we're learning, you know, and we go on. And again, it's something that my mind can actually channel towards now and be like, right, he's my focus.
yeah.
You know?
No, because obviously, like the all rage now is not just for yourself. Now what you're doing is you're actually creating a legacy
Yeah,
as such.
definitely. Yeah, 100%. So before, you know, before you come along, and even before I was with my partner, it's kind of me just going along doing what, you know, I wanted to, what I was doing and wanted to do, but I can still do what I want to now. But now I've got a bigger purpose and a bigger focus and go, right, actually, all rage I can set up for him in the next couple of years and have it for when he gets older. He can be like, right, my dad left me this, or my dad's created this. He's
Yeah,
helped thousands of people, hundreds of people. He's, you know, taught boxing. He's changed the face of how things are with mental health and different things like that. So that's what I'm looking to do, you know,
yeah,
and it's now a bigger purpose and more of a focus for me. I've got a hunger for it now because of he's come along, you know. So
yeah. No. So one advice that I would give you, being a new parent,
yeah,
would be there's no rule book.
no, yeah, I
Um,
found that out already. Yeah,
and you've just got to do what you think's
yeah,
best, mate. You know,
100%.
as a father
Yeah,
myself, I sat there many a times and thought, oh no, am I doing this right?
yeah,
Is this the right way to do it? But actually, there's no rule book,
no.
so do what you think's best, mate.
Yeah, and I
I
appreciate that.
mean,
You get so many people telling you so many different things. You know,
yeah.
for the last 9 months, well, we was actually 10 months because actually she was 41 weeks, 5 days. You know,
Oh,
so we had a bit of a tricky birth with him and stuff like that. But yeah, it's everyone tells you different things. People
mm,
say do this, do that. You don't know till the baby's here.
no,
And
no,
to be fair, he sleeps very good.
yeah,
You know, yeah, my partner and I are tired, but not to the extent some people have been explaining it. Don't get me wrong, as he gets older, it's going to happen,
yeah,
and teething and things like that. But like you say, there's no rule book for it.
no,
You know, you just go with the flow and you do what you think's right. It's made me look at myself and go, actually, okay, now I need to, you know, compose myself even more. I need to really have some, you know, money in the bank for him when he gets older. I never had that, so you know, he needs to have that. And yeah, really focus. So no, I appreciate that
yeah.
bit of advice, and it's definitely something I will take on board because it needs to happen. Any new
Yeah,
fathers out there need to do that as well.
yeah, no, definitely. So, just to finish up, then, mate.
Yeah,
So where do you see yourself in? Where does the next 3 months sort of like lead for all rage?
yeah. So hopefully busy.
Yep.
Yeah, that should be one of the big things. I'm in kind of the building stages at the moment. Even though I've launched it, not officially, you know, not massively, but I've launched it. I'm in them stages now where I'm going right. Okay, I need more clients, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to just progress really with the business. You know, more marketing, teaching more fundamentals of boxing. See how I can get things out there, and yeah, just building the brand and the business, and then doing a lot more talks about mental health. Hopefully, more podcasts like this.
Yep.
Hopefully, launching an all age, you know, fitness podcast, something like that. That'd be quite
Yeah, no,
cool.
definitely.
And kind of having people in talking about boxing and fitness and mental health and yeah, pushing it really. So I've got all these different things. I just need to channel them and break them down, you
Yeah.
know. And I think that's what comes. That's the other thing that comes with mental health. You get a form of like ADHD and a form of PTSD. Sometimes you get this like erratic behaviour. You know, you'll see. I can't sit here. I have to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
it
No.
comes from security. It comes from things like that. So yeah, it's going to be hopefully busy and interesting next couple of
Yeah.
months.
No, I remember when we met you. You said about having your back against the
Yeah,
wall,
yeah.
so I thought I'd put you
Yeah,
up
no, I
against the ropes
appreciate it. I can
there.
see the door, I can see everything's here.
Yeah.
So I'm up against the ropes, you know what I mean?
Job
So
done,
yeah,
mate.
yeah. I don't like being there in a fight, but
Uh,
now it's perfect. So
yeah. No, do you know what? It's been lovely hearing your story, Billy,
100%, I
and
really appreciate it.
good luck with all the future, mate. I really
Cheers,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.